welcome to Tea Time Topics Tuesday. My name is Tori.
My name is Emin.
And today we're talking about Asian giant hornets. If you don't know, it's kind of been in the news recently, but Asian giant hornets, sometimes being called murder hornets, are the world's largest species of hornet, and they are usually about 1.5 to 2 inches in length, which is like the size of an adult thumb, so pretty big. Kind of crazy. Yeah. So Asian giant hornets have large orange-yellow heads with prominent eyes. They have black and yellow striped abdomens or bodies. So you see that bottom part, it's yellow and black, or like a dark brown color. They form large colonies that usually nest under the ground, so in the ground. So you won't see hives hanging in trees and things like that. They'll be underneath the ground, so you might not see their nest. Asian giant hornets are called Asian giant hornets because they are native to Asia. So they are mostly seen in Japan and Korea and sometimes China. But recently in December 2019, there was a first ever sighting of an Asian giant hornet that was reported in the US, and that's why it is such a big deal and we're talking about it today. So, what's the tea? So why are they called murder hornets? They don't actually seek out humans to sting and hurt. It would take many stings to kill a human, but the real victims are the honeybees. And so there are 3 stages of honeybee attacks. The first stage is the hunting phase. Now, individual hornets find a hive and they catch bees, like just one hornet will catch these bees, and they form a little like meatball out of the bee body. And then they bring that meatball back to their hornet nest to feed to the other hornets and to their babies, which is wow. And then there's the second phase, which is the slaughter phase, which is very scary to me. But one hornet will seek out a hive and they make the hive their focus. And so they release something called pheromones, which is like a scent that other Asian giant hornets can smell. And then it brings them all to that one hive. And then the hornets capture the adult bees and decapitate them, which means they rip off their heads and then like just dump the bodies. Like they don't even make the meatball this time. They're just kind of out to kill the honeybees and take over their nest or hive.
That's a bit rude.
It is a bit rude and terrifying. And
also wasteful, though.
I know, right? And then there's the third phase, which is the occupation phase, where the hornets wander the hive at will because they've killed all these bees now, and it's their hive. And then they select the pupae or larva bees, so the little baby bees that haven't grown up yet, and they take that and return to their nest to feed it to their young.
Okay, so I get it. It's like a 3-course meal.
Yeah, kind of.
Bee meatball. Bee head. Baby bee.
Do you want to see a video of the bees?
Yes! I want to see a video of the bees!
Now, honeybees in Asia have found a way to counteract these giant hornets' hunting and slaughter tactics by attacking it and forming a bee ball around the one that comes first. And then they vibrate really fast and heat it up, and it becomes so hot that the Asian giant hornet dies. Asian honeybees have found a way to protect themselves from these murder hornets that are scary to them.
Then one is caught. It's the signal the others have been waiting for. At 46 degrees Celsius, the aggressor is roasted alive.
Wow. Bee ball!
Crazy. So 40 degrees Celsius, because that was a British video, but it is equal to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So imagine when you have a really bad fever. That's how hot it gets.
What about Washington? Okay, so the reason we're talking about this in Washington is actually because this is where the giant Asian hornets have been found. It's a big deal that they're here because, one, there's a big mystery about it. We don't know how they're coming over. Are they hidden in things that are coming over? Are they flying? Probably not. That's a big ocean. And then 2, they're an invasive species. So an invasive species is a species that hasn't originated in a place that it now lives. And because each ecosystem, each area, has very carefully balanced set of species that live there, kind of like a puzzle. They all fit together, right? They all work with each other to keep that ecosystem in balance. Because Asian giant hornets haven't ever been in our ecosystem over here, they have kind of an unfair advantage. So like the bee ball in Japan, our bees don't know how to do that because they've never run into an Asian giant hornet before. So Asian giant hornets can go crazy and absolutely wipe out things if they get out of control, which is why we have to keep a really close eye on both Asian giant hornets and all kinds of invasive species, because the environment they come into has no idea how to deal with them and how to keep itself in balance if they're part of the picture.
Right. So what can we do, or what can you do if you happen to see one, or you think you see one? First of all, if you're allergic to bees or wasps, never approach an Asian giant hornet or a hornet at all, or anything that might sting you, because if you're allergic, it could be very, very dangerous to yourself, and you might get a very severe allergic reaction, and we don't want that. But if you think you see one, or maybe you see a dead one, that's the one that someone found in Custer was already dead. And so you can report it to the Washington State Department of Agriculture. You can give them a call or visit their website. There's a report you can fill out. And if it is safe to do so, so like if it is already dead, you can get an adult or your phone to take a photograph, and they really like that at the Department of Agriculture, so they can know for sure that if it's what you say it is, or if it's some other species. So we have a quick game if you want to play with us. It's called Asian Giant Hornet or Not, to teach us about the different types of wasps and bees in our area. Asian Giant Hornet or Not. Now let's see. This is what they look like. Might make it bigger.
Nice. Some crazy looking hornet eyebrows.
Yes, they have crazy eyebrows, and it looks almost cartoonish. So this is what an Asian giant hornet looks like. We talked about their size. They're huge, like an adult thumb, and they're yellow and black. So is this an Asian giant hornet or not? They're not. These are called paper wasps, and they're smaller and more slender, and they don't have that orange-yellow head. So they're a lot skinnier and a lot smaller. Is this an Asian giant hornet or not? Yes, it is scary looking. Asian giant hornet or not? It's not. This is called a bald-faced hornet. It's a little lighter in color. It's mostly black, and it has white stripes and spots, and they're about an inch long, so half the size of what that Asian giant hornet would be.
It looks like a superhero.
Looks like a superhero?
Yeah, it's got like a superhero mask kind of look to it.
I see that. Asian giant hornet or not? This one's a little trickier. It's not. This is called a yellow jacket, and I think a lot of you have already heard of yellow jackets before. They are less than an inch long, so pretty small comparatively to our Asian giant hornet. And then distinctly, they have that yellow face with a black area right on top near their heads. Asian giant hornet or not? This is tricky. That color looks a little different. I don't know. It is. So this one's a little darker, but it is a giant hornet. Asian giant hornet or not? It's not. This one's called an elm sawfly, and it's not even a hornet or a wasp or a yellow jacket or anything. It's pretending to be that.
Pretending to be.
Pretending to be. It has no stinger, so it is not a bee or wasp or hornet. Oh, this one should be easy. Is this a hornet or not? It's not. This is a honeybee. They are the victim of the Asian giant hornet. They are much smaller. They're only about half an inch long, and they do have stingers, but they're friendly for our plants and pollinating our flowers. And this is just some bee stuff. Very big.
This is amazing.
Bad. I don't know if we can do this. Okay.
This will be great. It's fine.
So why are they called murder hornets? They don't actually murder humans very often. I can't say that. Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them. Yeah, I have. We yell about them on this little YouTube channel we've got going.
I can't do this. Oh god. Okay.
It definitely looks like you're looking into the forest for the bees.
Yeah.
Do you want to stop sharing the screen? I really want to be able to see your face.
No, I don't.
Okay, so I get it. It's like a 3-course meal.
Yeah, kind of.
Bee meatball. Bee head. Baby bee. Gross.